Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have to look quickly at the very interesting graphical overhaul that the game is already having. That's right, I mean XENOVERSE 3 has not been released, it's coming next year, and the game is already looking like it's going to have an improvement of graphics happening over time. This is the official announcement trailer, which was, by the way, put online 10 days ago, and around or almost kind of the same day, maybe the next day, they put on the Steam page. Now the Steam page, as you can see from the same image reference, they have made already a substantial amount of improvements comparing this screenshot and the trailer. I mean, look at that. This is the trailer, as you can see here, right? I mean, it's the same shot, as you can see here. We're gonna go here. This is the moment, right? Pretty much this is the one, and you can see there's a number of improvements which are quite apparent. Now even like obviously in the, like also this one, for example, that there has better like graphics overall, like the sharpness, but this is the most telling one. This is also really important. We're gonna see this in a second, but let's look at the first one here. So you can see there's certain aspects which have been made way better. The first one is the bloom. So the bloom has been significantly decreased because in the trailer, I mean, this is too much bloom, man. I mean, what the hell? I can't even see the city, right? It's like the character is way too shiny. I mean, look at that. He's like almost like white. I mean, totally white out. Like he's just whited out because of that bloom, as you can see here. The shadows are very, very gray. And then we have this one here. The shadows are much more pronounced. You can see the actual muscles of the character finally, the clothing. The shading is way better. Everything is better, like even the actual textures, as you can see in this example, the textures themselves of the environment, even the smoke here, I believe, like there's better quality. Now, I believe, of course, when you reduce the bloom, because the bloom was just way too much in the game, then it affects everything else consequently, right? So really happy that they're actually doing these changes. Now, to give you an example of how this has changed quite dramatically, let's look at some comparisons. So this one is from XENOVERSE 2 graphics, for example, in this post from Converge. And we see here that, you know, these were the graphics from XENOVERSE 2, and this kind of reminds you just a little bit to this, right? Kind of, it's a bit similar, right, in a way. Now, I believe the developers, over time, they have realized that, you know, the bloom and the lighting is just too much, and they have to make adjustments to it. And honestly, I'm really happy that they did that. Like, they made adjustments, and it looks more like, obviously, it is a cell shading game, which is really important. Let me just close this here. So, so this one here, for example, let's just go back to the video, which is around this area here. Yep, so this one here. Yeah, so straight away you can tell. I mean, just go with backwards, I guess. Yeah, there we go. So you can tell straight away there's a couple, again, like the, I guess the sharpness of the image and everything, like the textures themselves, they're much more rich. There's much more darkness, there's much more shadow, right, in the environment, which is really cool. So yeah, I mean, overall a win-win situation, 100%. This is an improvement. The trailer, of course, is in you know, just 180p. I think these images are in 4K potentially. I'm not sure, right? But nonetheless, even if obviously it's, you know, because the 4K it's a bit more pronounced, still the lighting has been improved quite massively, and that's a welcome addition. Honestly, I believe that's really important for the game going forward. We have some more stuff here, which is also quite interesting. Now, this is from eTron 5000, says the following. Time travel plays a huge role in the whole XENOVERSE series, including online. So I believe that time traveling missions will still be in XENOVERSE 3 as well, especially with Bulma being one of the main characters in XENOVERSE 3, considering there was one of the who made the time machine in the first place. So that's a good question. I mean, will the game have time travel per se? I personally don't believe in the way that XENOVERSE 2 had, right? Because in the actual game description here, they kind of tell you already in your face that the game is really focused on West City, right, where you uncover stories, characters, and XYZ. So it kind of tells you that, you know, take your place in the story and experience that awaits in West City. So again, people just don't want to accept this because they played XENOVERSE 2, so they believe that the game is going to be the same. I don't believe so. I do not believe so whatsoever. I believe that this particular game, time travel, it was obviously is going to have certain elements of time travel because Bulma is alive. So yeah, common sense, but I don't think to the point where you're going to be traveling in time that much. I may be mistaken, of course, I may be wrong, but I just feel that the actual description of the actual game itself in the metadata, like in the actual Steam page, it kind of hints to us the fact that it's going to be a game focused on West City, the stories of the West City, and then guided into the ranks of the Great Saiyan Squad. So not the Time Patrollers, the Saiyan Squad. So the Saiyan Squad just fights crime. They don't go in time, right? Which is really important. Now, the story element may have certain aspects of time travel where you have to go in time and, I guess, fix some things potentially, right? But as a general rule of thumb, I believe that time travel in this game is going to be treated very differently. You will not go back and forth like crazy like in XENOVERSE 2 because you are not a time patroller. Like, you are literally a Great Saiyan member, right? And you will, you know, obviously it says here, and with your allies, you fight against alongside your allies, and you will shape the story in, I guess, in the game, right? So yeah, honestly, I believe 100% here that some people are potentially mistaken on this one. They believe that the game is gonna have time travel quests. I'm not sure. I mean, you know, these quests could be time travel, but I just feel that I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of so different. I think it's going to be more like a simulation. I think what's going to happen is, and I mean, we saw the trailer in the first trailer where we saw the main character, right, fighting in that training room with different enemies. I believe that what's going to happen is that you can go to this training room and then you activate a simulation, and in this simulation you can fight warriors of the past such as Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, right, all these warriors from the past, from the movies, from the TV shows effectively, and that's going to be your kind of like time travel missions. They're actually going to be a, you know, time chamber simulation kind of thing where you go inside the training chamber, effectively the gravity chamber, whatever, and that's where you're going to be doing your training. And those missions, these missions here, which are these ones, are going to be, of course, not in time, but actually just a simulation, which again is kind of the same thing if you think about it, because it's just the excuse, right? So this, instead of going in the past, you of course go into the simulation and you fight all these enemies, right? It's exactly the same thing. So yeah, quite interesting, to be honest. I cannot wait to see what's going on with this one, to be honest. But the whole story of the game, I believe it's going to be very differently crafted. Now, of course, as always I say in my videos, you know, we could be wrong. So, you know, we need more information on this one. We need to get more stuff on this one because the game, there's not much out there as of yet. I mean, you know, we don't even know if the game is going to have like what kind of online stuff is going to have. Is it going to have like online PvP? I guess it's going to have online PvP. I mean, most likely it's going to have online PvP. It doesn't say as of yet. It only says single player, which again, it's weird to me why it only says single player. I don't know, it just feels bizarre, right? It just feels bizarre. Nonetheless, it does have in-game chat, so that means that, you know, you can talk to people, to real humans on the chat, which is good stuff, right? In-game purchases, so it's gonna have microtransaction, as you can imagine, right? But the whole point of this video is the fact that, you know, talking about the graphics and the changes effectively, I believe that the developers, even now, they're going to give it even more stuff, even more improvements, and by the time the game actually releases next year, the game will look even more polished, it will look better, and that's obviously something good for everyone. So guys, that's it for today's video on this one. Dragon Ball XENOVERSE 3, cannot wait, it's going to be amazing. And yeah, as always guys, I shall see you later in the next videos. Bye.